In today's video, I'll be explaining every legendary SMP that shaped Minecraft multiplayer forever. Some of these servers will make you rethink what's even possible in survival mode, and one server at the end broke Minecraft so completely that Mojang had to rewrite the game's code. But first, we need to talk about a World of Warcraft guild from 2010, because if you think you know where SMPs started, you're probably wrong. Mindcrack SMP. Back in 2010, a guy named Gouda Boulderfist was recording regular Minecraft Let's Plays when he had an idea that would change YouTube gaming forever. What if he invited his World of Warcraft buddies to join his Minecraft world, and they all just built stuff together while recording it? On December 8th, 2010, Mindcrack Season 2 launched as one of the first whitelisted multiplayer servers designed specifically for content creators. This wasn't just friends playing Minecraft, it was a carefully curated group of builders, pranksters, and entertainers creating interconnected stories across hundreds of episodes. The server featured legends like Etho, Vintage Beef, B00-100, and Dockim77, each bringing their own style to a shared survival world that evolved from simple caves to sprawling megabases. Mindcrack introduced the world to collaborative building projects where multiple creators would work on massive structures, then film pranks where they'd fill each other's houses with chickens or replace every block with something ridiculous. The server also pioneered ultra-hardcore mode, creating tournament-style PvP events that became their own phenomenon with over 33 seasons of nail-biting battles where natural health regeneration was disabled and every fight could be your last. What made Mindcrack special wasn't just the gameplay, but the genuine friendships that formed, turning a Minecraft server into a tight-knit community that held panels at Minecon 2012 and built a brand that lasted over a decade. The server ran 9 vanilla seasons from 2010 to 2015, each one featuring map resets and fresh starts that let the community reinvent their world. By 2014, things started slowing down as members got bored or moved to other projects, but Mindcrack's legacy was already cemented as the blueprint every future SMP would follow. Members like Etho and Dockim77 would go on to join Hermitcraft, carrying Mindcrack's collaborative spirit into the next generation of SMPs, and proving that the friends playing Minecraft formula could sustain entire careers. But here's the thing, if Mindcrack invented collaborative building and pranks, why did the next major SMP completely abandon that formula? Keep that question in mind because what Stampy did next wasn't just different, it was targeting an audience Mindcrack never knew existed. Stampy's Lovely World. While Mindcrack was building for older audiences, one British creator was crafting something entirely different for the youngest Minecraft fans on the planet. Stampy Longhead launched Stampy's Lovely World in 2012 as a colorful survival series that blended building, minigames, and light storytelling into 800 episodes of pure childhood nostalgia. The world itself was a wonderland of themed builds centered around Funland, a massive amusement park filled with rides, games, and attractions that Stampy would showcase and expand across years of episodes. Every video started with Stampy's signature greeting and a cheerful tour of whatever new project he'd completed, whether it was a love garden dedicated to his fans, a Sky Island base, or elaborate challenge courses. The series featured helper characters like iBallistic Squid, who joined Stampy for adventures, creating light roleplay narratives where they'd face evil plots or complete quests together in a format that felt like interactive children's television. Stampy kept everything family-friendly with peaceful difficulty and a focus on creativity over combat, making Minecraft accessible to kids who might find hardcore survival intimidating. The series introduced millions of young players to Minecraft between 2012 and 2023, with Stampy's 10 million subscribers proving that wholesome content could dominate in an era of edgier gaming videos. In 2023, Stampy even launched Season 2 of Lovely World, reviving the series for a new generation and showing that his world had staying power beyond trends. The impact can't be overstated because Stampy made Minecraft feel safe and welcoming, opening the door for countless kids to fall in love with the game and eventually discover more complex SMPs as they grew up. Wholesome content conquered YouTube. Pranks and building became the SMP standard. But one server looked at all of that and said, what if we just broke everything instead? What happened next redefined what players thought was even possible in Minecraft. SciCraft SMP. Now let's talk about the complete opposite end of the spectrum, where a group of absolute maniacs decided survival Minecraft wasn't about building pretty houses, but breaking the game's code until it cried for mercy. SciCraft launched in late 2014 as a technical server where the world's most skilled redstone engineers gathered to accomplish things Mojang never intended to be possible. This wasn't a server for casual players or storytellers, this was a laboratory where members like Ilmango, Ragu42, and 31 other technical masters spent thousands of hours hours designing farms and contraptions that produced impossible amounts of resources. We're talking world record diamond counts, Fortune 1000 pickaxes created through exploit chains, mob duplicators that cloned entities indefinitely, and farms that disabled hostile mobs spawning across the entire overworld dimension. The server ran primarily on Minecraft 1.1 2.2 because that version had specific bugs and mechanics that allowed for their most ambitious projects, and moving to newer versions would break years of carefully constructed systems. Every build on SciCraft served a purpose in the grand machine of infinite resource generation, from bedrock breakers that punch through the unbreakable bottom layer to create void trading halls to spawn chunk perimeters cleared down to bedrock for maximum farm efficiency. The first public video from SciCraft dropped on Christmas Day 2014 showing the Ender Dragon kill, and from there the server became legendary in technical Minecraft circles for pushing boundaries. Members would spend months designing a single farm, calculating tick rates and spawn mechanics to extract every possible item from the game's systems. SciCraft proved that Minecraft's survival mode could be solved like a puzzle, that with enough knowledge you could bend the rules until the game became a sandbox of infinite possibility. The server's influence spread throughout the community as members like Ilmongo posted tutorials, teaching millions of players how to build their own scaled-down versions of SciCraft farms. Technical Minecraft became its own genre, partly because SciCraft showed what was possible when you treated the game as an engineering challenge rather than an adventure. So if technical players could duplicate mobs and create Fortune 1000 tools, why would anyone go backward to beta 1.2 where none of that existed? That's exactly what the next server forced everyone to do, and the reason why will completely change how you see Minecraft's history. Evolution SMP. Here's where things get nostalgic in the best possible way, because Grian decided in 2017 that the coolest SMP concept would be forcing everyone to relive Minecraft's entire update history. Evolution SMP launched on October 2nd, 2017, with a simple but brilliant premise that players would start in beta 1.2 and progress through every major Minecraft version by finding portals and completing quests. The server featured creators like Grian, In the Littlewood, and Solidarity Gaming, who began their survival journey in old Minecraft before hunger bars, before the end dimension, before most of the features modern players take for granted. Every few weeks, the server would discover a portal that transported them forward through Minecraft's timeline, suddenly adding new biomes, new mobs, and new mechanics that felt like genuine discoveries. Players got to experience the addition of the end, the arrival of ocean monuments, the village and pillage updates, all while maintaining their existing bases and builds from previous versions. This created a unique survival experience where your world's history was literally visible in the architecture, with old-school cobblestone structures sitting next to modern concrete towers. Evolution SMP ran until December 23, 2018, taking players all the way from beta through to Minecraft 1.13 and beyond. The series introduced mysterious lore elements called the Watchers, strange beings that seemed to control the version jumps and left cryptic messages, foreshadowing the reality-bending storytelling Grian would later explore in his life series. The SMP was a love letter to Minecraft's development history and a celebration of how far the game had come. For players who'd been with Minecraft since the beginning, Evo SMP was pure nostalgia. But for newer fans, it was a history lesson that showed just how much the game had evolved from simple block breaking into the massive sandbox it became. Reliving Minecraft's past was nostalgic, but it raised a bigger question. If going backward through updates was compelling, what happens when you give every player completely different rules? The answer created the most unbalanced SMP ever made, and somehow that was the entire point. Origins SMP. February 11th, 2021 was when modded Minecraft roleplay reached a new level of creativity thanks to Mianite and Wilbur Soot launching a server where every player got unique powers based on fantasy races. Origins SMP used the Origins mod for Fabric to assign each member a different species with abilities and weaknesses that fundamentally changed how they played survival. Tommy spawned as an avian, a bird-like race that could fly with elytra naturally and took less fall damage but was incredibly fragile with fewer hearts than normal players. Wilbur chose Phantom, gaining the ability to become invisible but burning in sunlight like the undead mob he'd become. Ranbu played as an Enderian with teleportation powers and the ability to pick up any block instantly, but water damaged him just like it hurts Enderman. Tubbo picked Shulk, getting levitation abilities and immunity to projectiles in exchange for being slower and unable to eat normal food. Filza naturally picked the Elytrian origin, basically becoming an angel with permanent creative mode flying in exchange for only being able to eat specific foods. The mod created wild asymmetry where every player experienced survival completely differently. some racing through the sky, while others tunneled underground or stalked through shadows. The server fostered roleplay naturally because your origin influenced your personality and playstyle, with Avians building sky bases and Enderians creating purple-themed builds in the end. Origins SMP ran for 2 seasons, with various conflicts and alliances forming around the different races, though the server maintained a lighter tone than the heavy drama of other roleplay SMPs. The popularity of Origins SMP caused the mod itself to explode in downloads, with millions of players adding it to their own servers to experience the unique gameplay. It proved that modded SMPs could be just as compelling as vanilla ones when the mods added meaningful choices rather than just more complexity. Asymmetric powers changed survival completely. But powers from a mod are one thing. What if the powers came from actual gods? Not player-made lore or roleplay pretend, but voiced characters with scripts controlling everything you did. That's when things got theatrical. Mianite SMP. Back in 2014, before roleplay SMPs became standard, a server appeared that featured actual gods voiced by actors who guided players through scripted storylines. Mianite was created as a heavily modded adventure series where creators like Captain Sparkles, Syndicate, and Tucker chose patron deities and fought in wars that mixed survival gameplay with narrative arcs. The server's lore centered on 3 gods with distinct alignments who represented different moral paths for their followers. Mianite was the god of order and good, expecting his champions to build civilization and follow rules. Dianite ruled as the god of chaos and evil, encouraging destruction and rule-breaking among his devoted. Eonite represented balance and neutrality, the goddess who maintained equilibrium between the other two. Each god was voiced by actors who'd appear to deliver quests, offer challenges, and drive forward plot points that turn survival into an epic fantasy story. Captain Sparkles famously chose to follow Eonite despite her being imprisoned, adding a rescue mission subplot to his entire playthrough. Season 1 ran throughout 2014 with massive builds, god wars, and custom dimensions that used mods like Witchery and Thaumcraft to add magic systems. The server featured elaborate purges where PvP became mandatory, and players could raid each other's bases, creating high-stakes drama where years of work could be destroyed in a night. Season 2 continued in 2015 with a new map and even more ambitious storytelling, adding time travel elements and alternate dimensions. Mianite also spawned a spin-off called Mianitian Isles that explored different characters in the same universe. What made Mianite special was the production value, with dedicated builders creating custom structures, voice actors providing consistent character performances, and server admins scripting events that felt like playing through a fantasy novel. The series drew massive viewership because it offered something beyond standard survival, transforming Minecraft into a stage for epic stories. Mianite proved that with enough creativity and coordination, an SMP could become as engaging as any scripted series while maintaining the sandbox freedom that makes Minecraft special. The server's legacy influenced later roleplay-heavy SMPs like Empires and the Life series by showing that narrative structure could enhance rather than limit player creativity. Gods and scripted stories proved narrative SMPs could work, but all of that was still just Minecraft survival with extra steps. One creator looked at that and asked a dangerous question. What if survival itself was the wrong genre? What if Minecraft needed to become something else entirely? Hunters SMP. December 11th, 2020 was when SciCraft decided survival Minecraft needed to be turned into a full roguelite RPG with procedurally generated dungeons and talent trees. Hunters SMP launched as a custom mod pack where the entire gameplay loop revolved around raiding dangerous vaults filled with mobs and traps to earn gear and progression points. The mod pack completely reimagined survival by locking most of Minecraft's normal progression behind vault runs. You couldn't just mine diamonds or build farms freely. Instead, you had to craft vault crystals, enter randomly generated vault dimensions, fight through rooms of increasingly difficult mobs, and escape with whatever loot you could carry. Each successful vault run rewarded you with knowledge points used to unlock talents and massive skill trees that gave permanent buffs like increased health, better mining speed, or new abilities. The vaults themselves were procedurally generated using algorithms that created unique layouts every time, filled with parkour challenges, maze sections, and boss rooms that required actual player skill to clear. The SMP featured creators like SciCraft, Yogscast members, and Hermitcraft alumni playing together while progressing through the mod pack's 4 major versions. Hunters Legacy was the original, followed by updates that refined mechanics and added new content. By 2024, the server was running Hunters 3 on Minecraft 1.18.2, with even more vault types, harder challenges, and deeper progression systems. The social aspect came from players trading vault loot, comparing builds optimized for different playstyles, and collaborating on massive projects funded by vault rewards. What made Vault Hunters brilliant was how it solved survival Minecraft's core problem, where experienced players run out of goals by creating an endless gameplay loop. There were always harder vaults to conquer, better talents to unlock, rarer loot to collect. The mod pack became so popular it spread beyond SciCraft SMP, with thousands of players downloading it to run their own servers and experience the vault raiding addiction. Vault Hunters proved mod packs could create entirely new genres within Minecraft, transforming survival into a loot-grinding RPG that borrowed from games like Diablo while keeping Minecraft's building and crafting identity. The server's influence helped establish that SMPs didn't need to be vanilla or even lightly modded, that sometimes the best multiplayer experience came from completely reimagining what survival could be. Turning Minecraft into an RPG was radical, but it kept players isolated in their own vault runs. The next server wanted something more connected, more painful. They found it by linking players' lives together in a way that made every death feel like betrayal. Pirates SMP. In 2023, a group of creators led by LD Shadow Lady and FWhip decided their next SMP needed a nautical theme and a mechanic that would make every death devastatingly personal. Pirates SMP launched as an ocean-focused survival server where players were paired as soulmates whose lives were literally connected. The server's defining feature was the soulmate system, where each player was secretly linked to another member, and whenever one person died, their soulmate would also lose a life regardless of where they were or what they were doing. This created incredible paranoia, because you never knew if that damage you just took was your own mistake or your soulmate doing something stupid across the map. Players could figure out who their soulmate was through detective work, noticing when they took random damage at the same time someone else died, leading to dramatic reveals and protective partnerships. The pirate theme influenced builds with massive ships, ocean monuments converted into bases, and underwater structures taking advantage of Minecraft's aquatic update features. The server featured elaborate sailing vessels that served as mobile homes, hidden treasure maps that led to buried loot, and naval battles where players would board each other's ships for PvP combat. LD Shadow Lady brought her signature colorful building style to create a whimsical pirate port, while FWhip constructed technical farms hidden in ocean trenches. The soulmate deaths led to emotional moments when players realized their carelessness had killed their partner, creating genuine drama without scripting. Pirates SMP ran for one season through 2023 and 2024, maintaining high production value with custom texture packs and server plugins that enhance the pirate aesthetic. The server showed that even simple mechanical twists like linking player lives could create compelling multiplayer experiences. By forcing cooperation through the soulmate system and encouraging competition through the pirate theme, Pirates SMP found a balance between friendly collaboration and high-stakes gameplay. It proved that SMPs didn't need years of history or massive player counts to be successful, just a strong concept executed well with creators who could tell stories through their gameplay. Linked lives created drama, but players were still human-sized, still playing normal Minecraft with a twist. What comes next throws out every assumption about perspective, and the fact that it works at all proves we've barely scratched the surface of what SMPs can be. Rats SMP. 2024 brought us something absolutely unhinged when creators decided the next evolution in SMPs was shrinking everyone down to rat size and adding proximity voice chat. Rats SMP launched as a survival server using mods that transform players into tiny rodents navigating a normal-sized Minecraft world that suddenly became impossibly huge. The core mod scaled players down to about 1/16 their normal size, making single grass blocks feel like massive walls and ordinary mobs become towering giants. Combined with proximity voice chat that only let you hear other players when you were physically close, the server created a uniquely tense survival experience where you'd scramble through grass forests and hide in cracks in the ground to avoid cats that could one-shot you. The shrunk perspective completely changed how you perceived Minecraft's world, turning cozy villages into sprawling metropolises and making simple survival tasks like gathering food or building shelter into epic adventures. Players formed colonies in hidden locations like inside walls or under floorboards, creating rat civilizations with tiny farms and storage systems. The proximity chat meant you'd hear footsteps and voices fade in as other players approached, adding horror game tension when you weren't sure if that sound was a friend or someone hunting you. The server featured custom content where players could craft rat-themed items, build elaborate burrow networks, and establish trading posts for resources that were now exponentially harder to gather. The novelty of being a rat navigating a giant world created comedy gold in content, with creators screaming as they ran from chickens or celebrating after successfully climbing a single fence post. Rats SMP sparked a new genre of perspective shift servers where changing player scale or abilities created fresh survival experiences. The server proved that sometimes the wildest concepts made for the most entertaining content, and that even after over a decade of Minecraft multiplayer, someone could still find new ways to make survival feel completely novel. By combining mods in unexpected ways and committing fully to the rat roleplay, the server created something that felt like playing Minecraft for the first time again. These 8 SMPs represent over a decade of multiplayer evolution, from Mindcrack's pioneering work establishing what YouTuber servers could be, to Rats SMP's bizarre innovation proving there's still room for experimentation. Each server contributed something essential to the SMP landscape, whether it was Stampy making Minecraft accessible to children, SciCraft showing technical mastery, Evolution teaching update history, Origins introducing asymmetric gameplay, Mianite creating narrative epics, Vault Hunters transforming progression, or Pirates SMP perfecting mechanical twists. Together, they form a timeline of creativity where each generation built on what came before while finding new angles to make survival multiplayer feel fresh. The connections between these servers run deep, with creators like Grian moving from Evolution to helping shape the Life series, technical players from SciCraft influencing Hermitcraft Farms, and the roleplay foundations from Mianite paving the way for Empires and similar story-driven servers. What makes studying these SMPs fascinating is seeing how Minecraft multiplayer has always been about more than just survival mode with friends. It's about using the sandbox as a canvas for different forms of entertainment, whether that's collaborative building, competitive PvP, narrative storytelling, technical achievement, or pure comedic chaos. Mindcrack proved you could build careers around shared worlds, while servers like Vault Hunters showed you could completely reimagine what survival meant. The variety across these 8 servers demonstrates that there's no single correct way to run an SMP, that the format is flexible enough to support everything from wholesome children's content to hardcore technical demonstrations. The legacy of these servers continues influencing current SMPs even when the original communities have moved on or slowed down. Mindcrack's collaborative building philosophy lives in Hermitcraft, Mianite's scripted narratives echo through Empires. Origins modded gameplay inspired countless servers using the same mod. Even SciCraft, locked on an older version and focused on technical achievements most players will never attempt, has shaped how the entire community thinks about farms and automation. Pirates SMP's soulmate mechanic and Rats SMP's perspective shift show that even recent servers can innovate within a format that's been explored for over a decade. The SMP landscape keeps evolving because creators continue finding new angles, new mods, new mechanics that transform how players interact with each other and the game itself. These servers also represent the broader evolution of Minecraft content creation, from early Let's Plays to produced series with custom plugins and narrative arcs. The production value gap between Minecraft's Season 1 in 2010 and something like Vault Hunters in 2024 is massive, reflecting how YouTube gaming content has professionalized. But despite the polish and planning that goes into modern SMPs, the core appeal remains the same organic moments that emerge when creative people share a sandbox and push each other to build, fight, and explore together. Whether it's a Mindcrack prank war, an Origins SMP alliance, or a Rats SMP chase sequence, the magic happens when the format enables unexpected interactions. If you enjoyed this video and want to see every Minecraft remove feature explained, click the video on the screen.